Hello everybody, this is Pheno, and welcome back to some more Duelyst. It's what we're playing today. This is the last episode of Duelyst. It's actually the last episode of all of my content here on the channel. For those of you that don't watch the Mini Masters series, I decided over the past couple weeks, and finally this week, I finally just kind of sat down and thought about it, and today will be the last day any content gets uploaded to my channel. It's kind of just one of those things that I have to make a decision, really, about time. I know I've mentioned it a lot of times here on the channel that my life has been just straight on, non-stop. I work a full-time salary job, which takes up a 45 to 50 hours of my week alone. And then I come home and I record 20 to 25 hours worth of content, and the rest of that time is spent eating and sleeping. And I've got a family to hang out with. I got a fantastic wife. I've got fantastic friends. Don't tell them I said that. And I've got a couch I haven't sat on in 7 months. I've got a living room I haven't used. It's just one of those things that I have to make a decision, and I've made that decision. And I want to, before I start playing, thank you all for your continued support, your feedback, especially on the Duelyst series and any of the other series. Over the last weekend, live streaming was a lot of fun, but that also just kind of added another level of time consumption into this that I just don't have. I'm tired. And I'm beaten down, and it's time for me to do it. I love gaming, I love playing games, and YouTube added another layer to that, and I kind of just want to make it simple again. I want to go back to what I had. So if you really want more information on it, I'm doing a goodbye video for the podcast with Zudu that will go up today at noon. And if you're looking for more information, I'm doing a farewell YouTube video that will go up today around 2 o'clock. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've had a fantastic time doing this. I regret nothing, and I would honestly say at the end of the day, nothing worth doing really isn't worth doing in the first place. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm glad I did it, even though it doesn't actually go anywhere. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's something I had to do. It's off my bucket list. It was an experience I wanted to have. It was never about getting famous. It was never about being big or doing it as a job. It was always just a hobby, and gaming was that hobby. And I just want to go back to just the gaming. And instead of talking to you guys in the camera, I want to go back to talking to my wife while I play games, talking to my friends while I play games. It's been a lot of fun, but enough of the sappy shit. Again, thank you, Empire. Thank you, Reptilio. Thank you, Xeno. Everybody in the comment section. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, but you guys have all been great. You've been super supportive, super helpful. I will forever be a better Duelyst player, whether I'm recording or not, because of you guys. So thank you all. And yeah, on that note, it's going to be a shorter video today. I'm not going to be doing a 2-hour spectacular. I just don't feel it's right. I feel we've had such a good road. We've had a lot of fun. And Mini Masters were short this week. I'm just going to kind of step back and just wrap it up and have a good time. And yeah, so we're going to play 1 match, maybe 2 matches, and then call it a day. So let's do this. All right. So we're going to play the 2 decks that I've had the most fun with. We're going to do a run as Arcanist and a run as Vinar. I am going to continue playing a Duelyst in my free time, definitely, now that I'm going to actually have free time. So anyone who's on my friends list, please feel free to reach out. It's been a lot of fun, and I don't think I have to record to continue talking to you guys. If you guys disagree, feel free to hit that remove button, however you do it in this game. But yeah, and for those of you who do really, really want to know why, I'm going to go into more depth in it in my farewell YouTube video, so check that out. I didn't just want to stop doing it. I didn't want to just abandon you guys. You guys have been so great to me that I feel you guys deserved that. So It's the least I can do for all you guys have done for me. So, Launchpad McQuack. That's a cluster of a name, to put it lightly. All right. Ooh, that is a pretty solid starting hand. Obviously, I don't need the polarity, so we'll cut that for right now. Ooh, it's such a good hand. Let's see what he does. I mean, next turn we can drop Owl if we play our cards correct, and we can even block him from being able to reach the Owl with some of the freebie cards we have. So, we'll see. We will see. Alright, so we've got the Dervish card already out on the board. So, let's replace Circulus. We can polarity that right to death. We got rid of the polarity, so we cannot polarity that right to death. But we can turn it into a woof woof and murder it. And I actually think that's what the best play will be, because we can trade into it with our general and then ping it with this. But first things first, it's Owl time. So we're going to be as aggressive as possible with the Owl. Maybe not. Because if we do that, I don't think we have enough to kill this if we drop the Owl after we turn it into a woof woof. Doesn't matter. I think we still do it. Yeah, we don't have enough. I don't know if that will stun it, but it will definitely make it so that our general survives. I don't know if it still spawns. It does still spawn. So that wasn't exactly the best play we could do. I don't think. It looks like he's going to leave the Owl alive. Maybe? No, he's going to kill the Owl. That's some murder right there. That's fine. I'm a little salty about how that went down, but we are able to remove this from the equation. We are then able to drop him, remove that, which leaves us with 1 mana. And then let's replace the Conjurer. I'm okay with the Dervish for right now. And let's do that just to get an additional 3/2 out. So it's a nice, powerful little board. I don't think Vitruvian has any board clears, so we will see. Ooh, what does that do? I don't know if I've ever seen that guy. That's a pretty cool card. Especially for an Obelisk Vitruvian. It's super solid. Oh no. Alright, so I want this gone, but I don't currently have a way to remove it. That's a good way to remove it. And we remove that, which gives us pretty much full board dominance. He can go to here, so... So that gives us a nice board. I'd love to see the owl come back out. Somebody's a little bitter. Summoning a random obelisk. Give us the card draw and another Arcanist. We can then drop the Night Howler. Move him up for the kill on this. Buff the board. I think we stay aggressive with our general. I really want to be able to finish that off, but he's in a very good spot. We kind of blocked ourselves with our positioning. But that's fine. So we have a whole lot of board. So he's rolling Arcanists, which is a little odd. We currently don't need an Arcanist. So this is actually quite good. So we can wreck that, move him up here, wreck that, move him up here. So I don't know if those were the right decisions. We will see. Based off of what he does. We have lethal. We'll see how he blocks himself. That will be a big part of how this goes down. Pop that. Which corners him in very nicely. And I think puts us in a pretty good spot for the win. That's scary. Do they get to attack? Or do they still have a cooldown? They don't get to attack. I'm pretty sure that's lethal. We'll give him the well played. Beautiful. Rank 9. Alright, and now we're going to play the wall deck. And this is going to be the last game here on the channel of Duelyst. We're going to wrap it up. Again, I want to thank everybody for their dedication, especially to this series. You guys have been fantastic on this road. It's been overwhelming to see the support, and it really has nothing to do with my channel. My channel's been growing pretty well. It's been doing pretty well. It's just I can't see myself doing this anymore. I could see me doing it more right now, but future wise, I just can't see it anymore. So it's time. It's time for me to accept what the world has given me. So we didn't really get a lot of great wall drops right out the gate. We do have the luminous charges. So we'll see what he does. Obviously, luminous charge is a very powerful card. And if he doesn't claim that mana, which he's about to claim, maybe not. Alright, well that's confusing as shit, but so I'm okay taking a little bit of damage. I don't know if dropping the wall was actually the right play. I messed up the positioning of where I wanted to drop it, and he did a really good job at kind of locking me in. I think it would have been better to like stay right where I was and just go boop, boop, boop. Or go down and go boop, 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 boop. I think would have been the better play. So I do think we messed that up, because that would have allowed us to actually do something that turn as well. Obviously, whatever we did do is thrown him for a wee bit of a loop, but we'll see what he opts to do. We will see what he opts to do. Was it worth it? Was it worth that 1 mana? To burn your celerity on the kitty, knowing that he will die next turn? That part I find interesting. I find that interesting. Is he even going to use? There we go. So I'm assuming he's running a no spell deck. That's going to be my guess. I think it's referred to as a Titan deck. I assume that's what he's currently running. He did manage to hit me quite hard, which is a bummer. So we're going to see what he opts to do now that we've locked him down a little bit. Obviously, his armor is a tad bit of an issue, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to hold us back. It very well could be. We're not going to be able to ping him to break it, so we have to deal at least 3 damage to burn it. I think next turn is a pretty solid Luminous Charge again. Continue kind of boxing him in and keeping him away from us. We're able to go boop, 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 and kind of just keep him as far away from us as possible right now. But turn 7, I think, is when he can drop the biggie if there's no spells in his deck, which makes him a very fierce adversary. And I want to hold on to my Chromatic Cold for that reason. So we're just going to keep locking him in. We can actually play Grandmaster next turn if we want to. And we have the removal for if he does drop the 7 card. We're going to be able to remove it. The downside is he's going to get a full set of gear, which is going to be huge for him. And I don't have a way to combat that. I don't have a lot in my deck that can actually deal that much damage in order to knock the artifact out. So it does make it a very powerful and viable option against the wall deck. When considering fighting the Arcanist deck, I think the Arcanist deck would prove to be far stronger against this adversary. So he can only prevent damage each turn. He's going to buff that bad boy up a lot. 7 damage. Wow. That was potent. All right. So we need to get rid of this. What does he do? Stun a nearby enemy. That's pretty cool. Let's replace Grandmaster. He's in a spot where Grandmaster's just not going to, I think, impact him. And then let's stun him. I know it doesn't do anything, but it makes me feel better. I don't think we're going to win our final game, folks. It'll be interesting. He has a huge advantage in pretty much every way. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what he does right now. He might even have lethal. It's also possible. I think healing is a little excessive. I think he might regret that. But the fact that he did just drop a spell means that he does not, in fact, have the card that I was referring to. All right, so let's drop the Hearth Sister way over here. Actually, let's drop it right here. Switch it with that. And then ping it. Which is going to allow the battle pet to kill it. Ping that, kill it. And then end our turn. Like I said, the battle pet is going to kill the tiger by blowing up the bomb. So he can reach the other basilisk. But so far this game, he seemed pretty content not to move. He's been in the same spot the entire game. Like, he hasn't moved since turn 2. I mean, I've also locked him down a little bit, so he has had that against him too. I would love to see him take a little bit of a scratch. Let's see if we can make him bleed. Because at this point, I don't even know if that's possible. I really need to, like, draw Winter's Wake. Winter's Wake would give us the game, I think, right now. Winter's Wake would have given us the game, I think, right now. Wait, what? Well, he did that wrong. So the downside is I can no longer get away. But I can do... Actually, I'm not even going to worry about this guy. Let's just... Let's just do that. Actually, I'm pretty tempted to make him fight that. But it's going to remove another tick of his artifact, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And we've got Grandmaster now. Alright, so he's going diagonal on me. Oh, that's game. Well played. That's all it took, was one well-placed kitty cat to get me. That's all it took. We started to come back, though. It didn't go nearly as poorly as I thought it was going to be perfectly honest. So, we still end it on rank 9. So, yeah. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all very much, immensely, for your support on this series and the channel over the past few months. It has meant the world to me. Thank everybody in my friends list. You've all been fantastic. And if you want to see how I'm doing after you watch this video, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section below. I will be watching it over the weekend, and then I don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm just going to kind of move on, and I'm going to go spend some time with my family. So thank you all very much for everything over the past few months. It has been one hell of a ride. It's been great. And yeah, as always, I guess this is the last video.